What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to a new episode of the Young Guns podcast. We can confirm that Patrick Kane is a member of the Detroit Red Wings. So, he had a hip surgery a couple months ago. We were all speculating where he would sign. There was talk about Boston, there was talk about Detroit, there was talk about the New York Rangers. There was talk about many teams being involved in the Patrick Kane sweepstakes, but that concludes today. He's a member of the Detroit Red Wings, joining Alex DeBrincat, a former teammate that he played with the Chicago Blackhawks, one of the most successful duos in recent years. And, DeBrincat was a 40 goal scorer with Patrick Kane. And just taking a look at the Brincat stats, he's definitely gonna benefit from this move. 2 seasons away from 41 goals when playing with Patrick Kane. Moving to the Ottawa Senators didn't really help in terms of his offensive numbers, but playing alongside Patrick Kane, we could see his level of production increase. He's already having a great season, 20 points in 20 games, 12 goals, and 8 assists. I cannot imagine how many more points he could get playing alongside one of his former teammates and good friends, Patrick Kane. In terms of the lines, like I was alluding to before, I would assume that Alex DeBrincat would be playing with Patrick Kane on the second line, or maybe inevitably there would be a first line. JT Comfort would be their first line center or second line center in this case. We'll see what their coach decides to do. But as of right now, Patrick Kane would slot in into Michael Rasmussen's spot on the right side and play alongside Alex DeBrincat and JT Comfort. In terms of the power play, well, we could see DeBrincat and Patrick Kane playing alongside each other, and their power play is already successful as it is. They're a top 10 power play in terms of their power play percentage. They are at 22.4% as of November 27, so as of yesterday. And that could really increase and they could become a top five team in terms of the power play, or maybe even the best team in terms of a power play. So that is something to look at with the signing of Patrick Kane. In terms of looking at Patrick Kane's stats, well, he's a player that's gotten 100 points a few times in his career, now 35 years old, former first round pick, first overall by the Chicago Blackhawks, has won 3 Stanley Cups. He's one of the most decorated and celebrated American NHL players or hockey players of all time. So this is definitely a Hall of Famer in the making. And now he's going to be playing with another original six team in the Detroit Red Wings. In terms of his deal, it's going to be a 1 year deal. We don't know how much he's going to be getting paid, but I can confirm that they do have the salary cap to make it work. They have projected cap space of over $5 million. So that's more than enough to get a player of Patrick Kane's caliber signed. In terms of what he's accomplished in his career, like I mentioned before, he is somebody that's won 3 Stanley Cups with the Chicago Blackhawks in 2010, 2013, 2015. Won the Conn Smythe for Most Valuable Player in 2013. Hart Trophy as Most Valuable Player, and Art Ross Trophy as Scoring Champion in 2015, 2016. He leads the NHL with um, he led the NHL with 106 points that season. First American-born player to win the Art Ross Trophy as the NHL scoring leader. So a lot of accomplishments there. He's also the first American player to win the Hart Trophy. Oh yeah, just mentioned that. And in 2007, he was named one of the best 100 players in the NHL. And on January 19, 2020, Patrick Kane became the youngest player to reach 1,000 career points. So that is very, very impressive in terms of Patrick Kane. And yes, he's represented the United States on multiple occasions. So that is another accomplishment in itself. In terms of, what to expect with Patrick Kane, well, again, with a hip surgery, you know, anything can happen. A guy like like Brad Marchand, for example, recovered from a double hip merger surgery and has been totally fine. Playing the way he has been for many years. But there's a lot of players that don't overcome this the surgery, and it kind of affects their playing ability and forces them into early retirement or forces them in retirement ultimately. So we'll see what happens with Patrick Kane. That's why they signed him for a 1 year deal to see how he's going to do this season after recovering from such an important surgery. And in terms of most active points, points for most active, most points for an active NHL player. Well, Patrick Kane is ranked third with 1,237 points. So he could potentially even surpass Ovechkin this year if he really, plays at the pace that he's known for and playing alongside Alex DeBrincat and a very good Detroit Red Wings team who is currently ranked third in the Atlantic with 20 games played. They have 11 wins, 6 losses, and 3 overtime losses for a total of 25 points. Anything is possible. They're a team that's above 500. Their goal differential, they're plus 14 right now. In their last 10, they're 7-3-2. They're on a 3-game winning streak. So Patrick Kane signing with Detroit is even better news for the Detroit Red Wings. So this is very interesting. I think this is an awesome signing for Stevie Yzerman once again. Very active summer through trades and through signings. He brought in 2 local guys and Jeff Petrie and Alex DeBrincat. He signed JT Compher, brought in Klim Kostin. Very, very active GM. There's a lot of people that doubted the Yzer plan, but I'm one of those people that has a lot of hope and faith in Yzerman and with the team he's building. They also have a great prospect pipeline, so that's going to be very interesting for years to come. But as of right now, we're taking it year by year. We're focusing on the season, and as of right now, the Detroit Red Wings are in a playoff spot. I don't know if this signing makes them Stanley Cup contenders, but definitely a team that I do see making the playoffs, and we'll see what happens. But I'm wishing nothing but the best for Patrick Kane, and hopefully he bounces back this season and he becomes an 80 to 90 point player, maybe even a 100-point player once again. And playing on a great team like the Detroit Red Wings, great structure, and meeting up with his former teammate in Alex DeBrincat, that's going to do him well. So, guys, we'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you soon on the next episode of the Young Guns podcast. Detroit Red Wing fans, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Chicago Blackhawk fans, how are you feeling with Patrick Kane being on his second team since leaving the Chicago Blackhawks? And we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much, guys, for watching.